We are in eclipse season and we are still unpacking what happened on the 18th with the full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees Pisces. So the part of your life that is the Piscean part, you've been doing a release, and that eclipse had a little bit of opportunity to it. We're going to be moving into North Node eclipses with Pisces soon. So, of course, every time we ask for something new in our lives or want something new, as people who watch my channel usually are those people, if your closet is full, there's no more room for the new shiny thing. There's, if you find some beautiful jacket, but you've got too many jackets that you don't wear anymore, that's what are for. They are signatures of the soul reminding you why you were born. We only have a certain amount of years on this planet. Some people have fewer years than others. Eclipse season, which we have twice a year, so you are used to this like shake up feeling that happens, approximately every 6 months. Um, it's really in service to your life. It's in service to the biggest life you want to live. It's what I typically call your inspired life. When we go through eclipse season, so right now we've been cleaning out the closet, the old, which is the Piscean sector from the full moon. And so you've probably noticed a lot of shifting and changing in your life and other people's. And there's a general feeling of instability. The walkway we were standing on has suddenly gone into motion and is moving under our feet. And so that's why it's a wonderful time to understand that there's this sort of conveyor belt taking us to a new space in our lives. It's not a time to, you know, hassle a lot or fight or dig in, but more to observe and see, oh, what wants to happen here? What is happening here? How is this? How are things evolving? That is what you want to notice during eclipse season. And not try to set things in stone because everyone around you is in an eclipse season with you. So everyone is having their own experience of these events in their own charts because everybody is wired in their own way. So if you have a lot of Pisces, also if you have mutable um, placements, Virgo, uh, Gemini, Sagittarius, you may be feeling all of this change as well. This is Pisces is a mutable sign. A lot of changing and thinking, changing, shifting. It's like the wind, mutable energy. It just moves like a storm. So keep that in mind if you're at all freaking out, because the way that we are affected by eclipses is, we feel, and I said this in my self-care salon, it can make you feel drained, like a part of you got vacuumed out. Somebody took the shop vac and just sucked something out. So a lot of people are feeling drained and tired. That's because you are doing a lot of deep psychic work, inner work, soul work, and you are shifting and adjusting all the files in your hard drive. Your closet is getting cleaned out. So you may need rest. You may need to recharge your batteries. You may need to redefine boundaries because Saturn is also in Pisces and we've been having this transit for a while. So if things are coming up and you're like, nope, I'm going to have a boundary with that. So you also might be having rattled feelings because there are a lot of uncertainties during eclipse season because things are actualizing. They are changing in actual ways. Things will be showing up, things will be leaving. Um, and your broader self knows that something's coming, something's changing, but you are unclear exactly what it is next because eclipses are, um, they symbolize a temporary blocking of the light where we are a little bit asleep and then we wake up to something. And they do it in slightly different ways. So in between eclipse season, you definitely are like, I can't figure out how this will actualize. And there's a reason for that. That's why it's good to just rest, wait, and watch what's been put into motion, because it will reveal itself. And we can't plan and predict everything from our human perspective, because the unlimited part of us, that's what's creating the wormhole of change. That's what's creating this acceleration to place you. I call it Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. She's temporarily, like, loses consciousness. She doesn't know where she is. Then her eyes pop open and she's in the land of Oz. That's what happens to us. So if we know ahead of time and are kind of tracking this, that's the whole purpose of why I offer astrology, is because it helps us track the cycles that are happening in our consciousness, which appear as the astrology. So our consciousness changes through life because we are just like a flower that wants to grow and grow petals and then release some of the petals, and the plant puts out another flower. So we're not stagnant. We're not like cardboard cutouts of anything. We're not Barbie dolls. We are people, and we are here to embrace an experience of growth. And when we don't, and those people who never want to embrace change, they never want to do anything new, they suffer more during eclipse season, because they're not embracing their broader self. The broader self, the soul, is here for growth and transformation. So that's probably you if you're even watching this or interested. So I want to talk just a moment about what's going to happen with the upcoming eclipse, which is on October 2nd, Wednesday. This is 10 degrees of Libra. So we've been going through a process for a while. The South Node has been in Libra. Libra rules relationships, what you love, harmonizing, how we harmonize, to some degree, how we've people pleased. So a lot of people are looking at people pleasing in the last year. And this is a continuing thing. It's a theme. So the new moon eclipse brings something new in a concrete and often speedy way that illuminates a part of your life. This is going to be the Libra part of your life. So if you have planets in Libra, this will be important for you. And when that new thing comes in, that new awareness, that epiphany, you will be less interested in all of the people-pleasing behaviors that have guided you throughout life. Going back to 2005, around this time, was a similar eclipse, if you can remember that time. This is 10 degrees. So if you have planets around 5 to 10 degrees, 11, 12, 13 of Libra, just take note. Also, if you have other cardinal points, if you're in Aries, around 10 degrees, give or take a few on either side, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, particularly if you are a Cancer, because Mars is in Cancer. And at this new moon, Mercury, how we think, how we speak, the mechanics of life, but mostly let's just keep it real here. So how you think is, so this new moon is squared by Mars and Mercury. So there's a square between Mercury and Mars. And Mars in Cancer is very instinctive, reflexive, lashing out emotionally if feeling threatened, that kind of thing. So it might be a great day, this eclipse, just watch your words a little, be aware of, as the new comes in, there's a reduction on the people pleasing because it's the South Node, and we are tired of just going along. But also there's an aggression energy that is tied up a little bit with this new moon. And so while there is a gain with every new moon eclipse and every new moon, there's also just be aware, of who you are and who you are becoming. All eclipses are about the transformation of self through transformed life experiences. When people show up differently in your world, you're like, oh, you're who, that's who you are. So then it repositions your relationship with them, because we're talking about Libra and that's relationship. So there, it's a great time to just pause and, just observe it like a movie a little bit, like, oh, the movie's changing into a different movie. And this movie is more in aligned with the growth of myself and what I find exciting. And then you can decide what you want to do with that movie next. Eclipses are their gateways for life course correction. So, it's about living the life you came here for. It's about living the authentic self, the real you. It's about making changes rapidly in the blink of an eye. That it appears like, sometimes we'll work on things and work on things, and it takes a long time for it to change. And then when an eclipse comes, it can all just happen so quickly because we've done the inner work. The soul is ready. It's bored with what we don't want to continue in a way that is not progress for the deeper part of us. This is how God made us, is to live large and live fully and not be bored at the soul level. I mean, I have to say it, that life can often offer us a boring smorgasbord, and we're not into it. Like, we're not into it. And when people settle for that, that's when their lives start to stagnate and die. And that's not you if you're watching this. So get buckled in, because we are in for it. And this is coming up on Wednesday. Um, yeah. So if I can help you navigate this for yourself, I do chart readings in addition to helping highly creative, highly sensitive people navigate their lives, live a life they love, and stop overwhelm and stagnation. So do reach out to me in any way, shape, or form. And this is Tamara Child signing off.